Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article. Now this is from Fox 35 out of Orlando. It's written by Danielle Lama. It was published 20 hours ago, so we'll say the 16th of July. And I just find this funny. I got a kick out of it. Not like haha funny, but like this is pretty bad funny. This is like Michigan when some guy blew his head off with a shotgun and they went COVID death. This is no different. But it's something that one of the officials said that really kind of got my attention with this, because it's actually kind of funny, like haha funny. But this is just like sad funny, like pathetic funny otherwise. Anyway, title here. Fox 35 investigates questions raised after fatal motorcycle crash listed as COVID-19 death. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's pretty bad when a motorcycle crash is listed as a COVID death. A guy wraps himself around a telephone pole, Superman's over the front of a car, something like that. And yeah, they somehow died of the Wu flu. Seriously? And because they got caught on this, they went, well, how do we know? This is what I'm saying about funny. It was kind of like, well, how do we know it wasn't that killed him? I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, let's get into this real quick here. So Orlando, Florida. A person who died in a motorcycle accident was added to Florida's COVID-19 death count, according to a state health official. Fox 35 News found this out after asking Orange County Health Officer Dr. Raul Pino whether two coronavirus victims who were in their 20s had any underlying conditions. One of his answers surprised us. I mean, this is like, I couldn't make this shit up. This is like, what would be in Mad Magazine or Cracked Magazine or like the Babylon Bee today, like the response that he gives here. The first one didn't have any. He died in a motorcycle accident, Pino said. Dr. Pino was asked if the man's data was removed. Well, of course they're not going to remove the data. They make more money as a state or as a county or as a city or a town for the more COVID deaths that they have and they've had to deal with. So, of course, they're going to basically write everything up that they can to a Wu flu death. I mean, this is his response. And this is what's funny. This is what gave me the kick. This is gave me the little bit of a laugh, but, is the only funny thing out of this. Oh, here we go. I don't think so. I have to double check, Pino said. We were arguing, discussing, or trying to argue with the state, not because of the numbers. It's 100. It doesn't make any difference if it's 99. But the fact the individual didn't die from COVID-19, died in the crash. But you could actually argue that it could have been the COVID-19 that caused him to crash. I don't know the conclusion of that one. Well, if someone is so sick that, supposedly the COVID's going to kill them, or they're so sick that it would make it so that they were incapable of riding. Anyone who's ridden a motorcycle knows that you're not going to go out riding that freaking sick. So I very highly, highly, highly doubt that he was riding and feeling like shit. He was probably asymptomatic or a carrier. And I love that thing of, well, it doesn't matter if there's 100 or a 99. Yes, there does, because those cases like this one, they add up. So every case that you have that's not legit like this, or, they listed as a Wu flu death and it was, they died of something else. All right. Those add up. They start to add up. They become a large group. So it doesn't matter if it's 100 or 99. No, actually, it does matter if it's 100 or 99, because if we go through all the numbers and we actually look at everything, I'm sure we might find that, I don't know, there are a lot of situations across the country and in Florida even where you have deaths being listed as, coronavirus deaths, and they're not. So maybe there is a reason why it's important if it's 100 or 99, because it might be 98, it might be 97, it might be 96, hell, it might be 90, it might be 80, 70, 60, 50. Who knows? Because you people keep padding your fucking numbers because you want the money to come in, and you want to, most of you people that are padding your numbers besides the monetary factor are going, Orange Man bad, this makes him look bad. Let's say everyone who died of it. Because you're all retarded. Oh, this is ridiculous. This idea, I don't know the conclusion. Well, I think it's safely to assume, I mean, even though assume usually means make an ass out of you and me, that he probably didn't die of the Wu flu. Because did he Superman over a car? Did he, like, four-limb hug a tree? There's a lot of different ways that we could easily tell if he didn't die from that. Because, impacting a tree and wrapping your arms and legs around it, yeah, that's probably going to kill you. There were still 2 people in their 20s on Orange County's data list for coronavirus deaths. Really? You think? Maybe you should check into those too. Let's see what's going on with those. So Danielle Lama here, she put out this tweet. The woman who wrote this here. More questions about Florida's COVID-19 data tonight after state health officials tell us a person who died in a motorcycle accident was added to the state's death count. Story at 10. It's kind of sensationalized, but not really. And it sums up what's going on here. So is this a contradiction of how the state says it's counting deaths? Of course it is. You know that there are people, like Texas just went through this. They pulled almost 3,500 deaths off of their death toll. And it was like places where you've got like Democrat shithole kind of thing going on, that this was going on. Those those blue little those blue areas, those compact areas, what was it, like Austin and stuff, they were caught doing really shady shit with their numbers. So yeah. So we're in other counties in Texas. So I think there's a contradiction, and I think you have a shady counting situation here. Earlier this week, the Florida Department of Health sent Fox 35 News a statement that attempted to clarify what a COVID death is determined if COVID-19 is listed as the immediate or underlying cause of death, or listed as one of the significant conditions contributing to the death, or there is a confirmed COVID-19 infection from a lab test and the cause of the death doesn't meet exclusion criteria, like trauma, suicide, homicide, overdose, motor vehicle accident, etc. Now, this is what the last part is, or is there is a confirmed COVID-19 infection from a lab test and the cause of death doesn't meet exclusion criteria, like trauma, suicide, homicide, overdose, motor vehicle accident, etc. Okay, so that last part, that guy on the motorcycle should be excluded. He wasn't. I think that's pretty clear. I mean, this is like Michigan when they counted a guy who blew his brains out across the wall with a shotgun, and who was on a respirator. When he died, they went, "Oh, Wu flu," and it looked like he actually contracted it after going to the hospital because he blew his brains out across a wall. The only thing that I can say to people is the data I provide you with is the data we consume from the state. We offer you the best data that we have, Dr. Pino said. So basically, Dr. Pino here is going to, I had nothing to do. Oh, no, this is the best data. You got to trust us. Oh, no, it might have been a mistake, but I don't know what to tell you, and he tried to cover his ass like you saw at the end, which that part gave me a chuckle. Oh, how we don't know that the Wu flu didn't, contribute to him crashing his motorcycle. Someone who would be sick enough for it to be a factor would not be riding a motorcycle. So yeah, we kind of do know it wasn't one. Dr. Pino tells us the medical examiner has to certify COVID-19 deaths. We also reached out to the office and we haven't heard back. So, okay, if the medical examiner's signing off on this shit, is it a monetary thing? Is it an ideological, politically ideologically driven thing? Or is it a combination of the two? What's the deal here? Investigate, Fox 35. Let's find out. Because I really want to know. Anyway, I mean, you look at this type of situation. They're trying to play stupid with it. They've got a guy who we don't know if he Supermaned over a car or if he wrapped himself around a palm tree or what. Okay, we don't know what he did. Hell, he might have went off a ditch and went, in one of the culverts on the side of the road with the rain and did a Superman. We don't know, but we do know that motorcycle crashed. He fell, went flying or fell or whatever, went boom, and didn't survive. I think that's pretty clear. Not a COVID death, but yet they're going to mark it as one. Yeah, shady shit going on. I just found it funny that a guy who crashed a motorcycle, they're going to try to say, well, maybe it could have been a factor. Anyway, covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.